Hi Taurus, are you ready for your reading? It's been a minute, a long time. So the song that I've been singing for the past 45 minutes as I was trying to get ready for your reading and get everything together is a song, Maybe It Was Memphis. I just I love that song first of all, but the chorus, maybe it was Memphis, maybe it was summer nights, southern summer nights. Maybe it was you, maybe it was me, but it sure felt right. That song has been stuck in my head. So before I even pull cards, I already know we're in the energy of it's like a summer fling sort of energy. So this is either this might be coming in for you, or this is an energy that you're reflecting on. So what I'm already getting is that there's somebody that you have in mind, or again, this might be coming in for you. It's like a summer fling energy. I get that you met this person in the summer. This person, you might be dating them in the summer, or it's somebody that you can't get past. You feel kind of stuck on them, or you're feeling drawn towards them right now. And your mindset is you're trying to figure out, is this a genuine connection? Is this something that I want to put time and energy into building, or is it just the circumstances, is this someone I actually had feelings for, or was it just, those southern summer nights that put a spell on me? You might be feeling like this person has put a spell on you, or, this could be how somebody feels towards you. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with my channel or tarot readings in general, you guys are going to hear thunder throughout this. So you can just take it as a confirmation. Or if you hear dogs barking, that's, a part of the thunderstorm. Hopefully you can still hear me and it's not too disruptive. What was I saying? If you're new here, so if you're a Taurus sun, this may resonate on some level, but it's probably not going to resonate in your 3D. So this might be this mindset thing where you're just kind of analyzing the situation and moving past it. Your sun sign doesn't, because your sun represents your soul in astrology, so it does correspond with soul lessons, but not your physical manifestation. So if you really want to get to what's going to be manifesting into your physical, you want to look at your rising sign. Moon sign is your emotional, so your emotional state, or if your person's, somebody that you're interested in, if their moon sign, you could watch that for where they are emotionally. Venus, love, relationships. Mars is masculine energy, so you can watch it from if you're interested in a man, somebody, or somebody that's masculine in nature. Or Mars can represent action. So if you're looking for, what action you want to take in your life. We could go on through the chart, but those are the main ones. Mercury is your mindset, mental energy. Okay. So the first card coming out is Starlight. This is a deck where they're different from normal tarot, the names and symbolism. So I am getting that you are aligning with people that are destined for you. Also, again, southern summer nights. I get nighttime might be significant, or if this is a connection, we'll have to get more into that. At the bottom of the deck is the, in tarot it would be the High Priestess. So I do get that your intuition is right. This is a soul connection of some sort. Now, does that mean that this is your person, you need to marry them right away? Not necessarily. Soul connections can still be temporary. They can be people that you connect with on a deep level, but it's only for a season, So don't get ahead of yourself. But I do get that this is a destined connection of some sort. So this is either somebody that is going to be a part of your life long term, a major point in your life, or this is somebody that is going to teach you a major soul lesson or help you, provide you with opportunities to get onto a timeline that is destined for you, that's in your highest good. I do get that somebody is wanting to communicate, make some sort of offer, but I don't get that it's a big one here. Children are relevant, So this person might have kids. This might be somebody from your childhood or somebody that brings out your inner child in some way. Yeah, I kind of get that this person is kind of like a mirror for you. So they are very triggering for you, whoever this is. I do get it's somebody that, again, summer nights, if you're in another part of the world, I'm in America, it's summer here. So take it how it resonates. This could be somebody that you met, you know, a few months ago, if you're in the southern hemisphere. I get that they challenge you quite a bit, and they challenge you because this person, they trigger your inner child. So I get in one aspect, you are able to be like yourself with them. You can be like kids with them. But in another way, this person might pull you into kind of like, you either view them as being childish, or when you're together, there's an energy of like, maybe this is irresponsible, or maybe this person is irresponsible. But I do get if you are perceiving this person as immature or irresponsible or not good for you in some way, that's truly a reflection of yourself here. This person is mirroring aspects back to you. That's something that I talked about it a little bit in my short canoeing video. During my time away, I went to therapy for a few months. And this is like a notion that I've always, you know, it's something that like, you know, but it's, having my therapist there and being able to talk to somebody that's like, you know, sworn to secrecy, not involved in my life, not going to like pander to me in any way. She really helped me work through this. I used to be really, I'm not an insecure person, but people read me as insecure a lot or lacking confidence. I'm extremely confident. But I noticed that I triggered a lot of people in my life, and that would kind of hurt me because I would be like being myself and somebody would like respond to me in a really negative way. They would take something that I said in a really negative way, like out of context, and it felt like a lot of people in my life that I was close to and had a lot of love for had a very negative perception of me or kind of put me down a lot. And I kind of my therapist really helped me work through the fact that nobody in your life is ever going to perceive you exactly as you are. It's just not possible, because nobody in your life is you. So nobody has lived the life that you've had. Nobody is going to share the exact same perspective on everything and understand you 100%. It's just not possible. It's not realistic, and it's not fair to treat people that way. So if somebody is perceiving your harmless actions as, you know, a threat to their ego, you have to take time to, I mean, if this is somebody important to you, the siren is going, so, you know, maybe that's a sign of Archangel Michael. There might be somebody that you need to cut ties with from your past, from your childhood, that's influencing this new connection coming in. I digress. The way that people perceive you is truly them. So it doesn't matter how amazing and kind and, you know, going out of your way to cater to somebody's wants and needs to show them that you're a good person, if in their head you're a bad person. And some people are just like that. So I had to start to kind of accept that when people were going out of their way to make me feel bad or insecure over something that was, you know, me just being myself, that's because they are insecure. Insecure people want to make other people feel insecure so that you can be insecure with them, and that they can kind of build themselves up by putting you down. And it's not always malicious. I used to like view that as so malicious. So when I would notice people doing that into my life, I would be very quick to like cut them off. But then I would feel bad afterwards and be like, you know, start to kind of see things from their perspective that, you know, they have other stuff going on, obviously, and, you know, the way that they're viewing me has to do with their past. And that doesn't excuse bad behavior, but you do have to, as a part of just maturing and growing up, is recognizing that if you are somebody that, you know, being somebody that is conventionally attractive, if somebody doesn't feel good about their looks, they might snap at you, and they don't mean it. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person or they think poorly of you. It's just their own shit going on. So you have to kind of decide the people that you want in your life. Can you deal with their insecurities and their bullshit? Because everybody has them. Everybody has them. And if you're not triggering anybody, you're probably just not being yourself. You're probably, you know, sinking into yourself to try to make everybody happy. And I think a lot of us are guilty of that, especially if you are very empathic, because you are a little bit more sensitive to the fact that other people are responding in a negative way to you, and you're more sensitive to other people experiencing negative emotions. So a lot of times, especially if in your childhood you had to cater to the adults around you, that the adults are not feeling good, so I have to either put on a show to make them feel better, or I have to kind of be quiet and, you know, be seen and not heard to kind of diffuse the situation. And if you don't deal with that, you're going to carry that into your adult relationships. And unfortunately, you know, people that are more insecure, especially if they're on the manipulative side with things, they will pick up on the fact that every time I'm in a bad mood and I bully this person, they, you know, submit to me. So I'm going to use them as a punching bag. I've had to like tell people that in my past, especially like in relationships, that like I am not your verbal punching bag when you're in a bad mood. Just because I care for you and I am considerate of your feelings doesn't mean that you get to bully me and push me around. So that being said, there is somebody here in the connection. It's a connection that I'm picking up on. Yeah, it's you, Taurus, or this is how you're feeling towards somebody else. This person challenges you in some way. They're challenging. I get for some of you, somebody is very independent. They're used to kind of taking care of themselves and sticking to themselves, and it has a lot to do with their childhood. You know, it might have had to do what I was just talking about. Maybe other people were threatened by them in some way and put them down, so this person just got to the point that they just keep to themselves. But you're perceiving this in a way that is truly mirroring whatever past relationships you've had or insecurities within yourself. I don't get that this person has bad intentions for you. I don't get that they're messing with you. For some of you, it might be that this is how your person is feeling about you. They know that you're spiritual, that you're intuitive, and they feel like you might be using that against them in some way. I am also getting, there's Aquarius energy here. If that's the case, Taurus, or a cross watcher, this person doesn't feel like they can give you what you need. It is a soul connection. I do get that somebody or both of you, your past issues. I get for somebody, it's like a past relationship. And for others, it's like childhood wounds. Somebody is perceiving you as, again, take it how it resonates. This could be, this is your energy towards this other person. There's a perception that somebody is immature and requires a lot of energy and attention. And I don't get that that's the case whatsoever. I get that the person that's being perceived this way is actually very independent and they take care of themselves. And whoever is feeling this way towards you, or, you know, if it's you, Taurus, this is your own shit. This is your own shit, and you're perceiving this person negatively here when there is a soul connection and there is like an intuitive connection here. So there might even be an energy of like picking up on each other's like feelings, emotions, thoughts. They're not messing with you or you them. I don't get an energy of somebody doing spell work, because the High Priestess, oh, that's so fucking funny. I said spell work and here comes the Magician. I get if anybody's doing spell work in this connection, it's a masculine energy. It could be a Gemini as well. But it's only because Taurus, they're trying to match your energy. So somebody here sees you as someone that's very like witchy, spiritual, but they feel like you might be messing with them. I don't get that you are. if anything, you are in tune with the universe. So you might be following your intuition really strongly. You might be, you know, looking at the astrology chart, manifesting with the moon phases, stuff like that. Or you're just kind of like, you have kind of like a fairy energy to you. They are perceiving it as like you are doing witchcraft on them. So I do get that somebody is going to like either start looking into magic or try to do a spell or two on you. Again, they're battling with themselves here. They're battling with themselves. This is like nothing to do with you. But again, this is a soul connection, but it doesn't necessarily mean that like this is your husband, this is your wife, this is your like future spouse. This is somebody that is lighting a fire under your ass, especially when it comes to like traditions or being like stuck in like, I get family is a big thing here. Somebody has fire in their chart. Trees are significant here, but I get like family tree. Family is really important here too. So maybe somebody is like challenging your family views. I also get one person is very spiritual and the other person is religious, or they grew up religious. So again, the perception here that the Taurus is doing witchcraft on you to try to like control your thoughts. You guys are genuinely just have a soul connection. And I see here that they are literally in their own world. I also get that this person has a community of people that are also spiritual in nature. So I don't get that their spirituality is about like casting spells on other people. I think about that sometimes, how like a lot of my channel is based around, especially like my later stuff is based around spell work. But like people don't understand that as a professional tarot reader, someone that is a professional in the occult that is paid to do spells for people, I have readers do spell work on me all the time. And you know, that's not a normal thing that everybody's running around doing like actual witchcraft. I mean, everybody does witchcraft in a way, they do, everybody casts spells, but like going to like, you know, the giant spell book, that's not a normal thing that people go through. A lot of my viewers are also, I read for a lot of readers. I have a lot of my audience are other readers. A lot of my audience are conjurers, they're spellcasters. That's like who they are, or they're very spiritual in nature. So they're getting readings done with me, and I have people doing spell work on me because they don't want, you know, it's the same in every field. There's competition. So there are readers that are going to be triggered by my readings or feel like I might steal clients for them. So they're going to do spell work on me. So that affects my collective, and that obviously affects me when I'm doing readings because people watch these readings to do spell work on me, you know? That's not a normal thing that everybody's doing. Everybody does do spell work, but in a much more like not a conscious way of doing it. So there's somebody here that I get Taurus or Crosswatcher. You are waking up more to like the spiritual nature of the world, when in the past you might have been more religious, but now you're going through kind of it's like a panic. It's like a panic of battling with yourself. It's your own shadow you're dealing with. It's not this person. I do get that they were meant to come into your life to spark this. So you are meant to awaken in some way and to change your perspective on the world for the better. It'll benefit you both. And you know, if maybe you are meant to learn more about like the occult and dabble in that, and you could be skilled in it, especially if you work with like Tauruses are really, really good with plants. Like that is a stereotype, but it's true. Every Taurus that I know, if they want to garden, if they want to work with like herbs in any way, you could do root work. Literally, you would be good at it naturally, if that's something that you're naturally drawn to. But don't get stuck in this trap of like battling other people, because you give your power away. That's a big mistake that I made in the early part of my channel. Like, I don't want people to watch my later, like, you know, my earlier stuff, because it's a little bit embarrassing. I, you know, as a different person, then I've grown a lot and learned a lot, but I got thrown into like the witchcraft world against my will. I did not start doing tarot. I mean, I've done divination my whole life. I did it as a kid, just naturally, but I didn't start doing tarot to like battle other witches, you know. Like, I got into tarot because my life was really confusing at the time and I just wanted to try it, and then I just happened to be good at it. And so I started this channel, and then I had people doing like witchcraft on me, so I was forced to learn about witchcraft. So everything I have learned about the occult has been against my will. I don't think that if you are like waking up to spirituality, the first thing you need to do is dive into the occult. If that's really what you want to do, but be prepared that you might have to go, you know, to the mental hospital, because it is a lot to deal with. You will probably have to go on a grippy socks vacation if you don't take it slow. It's not something that you are like, oh, I'm a master in. The spirit world will humble you. I have said that a lot, and I mean it. The spirit world will humble you. I think sometimes when there are readers like me, and there are plenty of other, I don't even want to say readers, practitioners, conjurers, that are good at what they do and humble, a lot of people can like watch them and see them as a threat in some way and think that they can step to them. And I've had people do that to me a lot. It's a mistake. But, you know, if that's part of their path and they're meant to get like knocked on their ass by the universe, that is what it is. You got to let people forge their own path here. So Taurus, I'll pull a few more cards. Yeah, something's got to give in this connection. Your answer is no. Whatever you were thinking, no. Something's got to give in this connection. Somebody's been friend zoned here, but they're still thinking about you. They might be dealing with health issues right now. There's an element of like stalking social media. Somebody wants to like take a risk. But it's a little bit impulsive, so they might like come towards you before they're really ready and then have to back off again. I get that their surroundings are not great right now. They're having some health issues, or they need to go get like a health checkup. For some of you, it might be that they might have an STD that they need to go get checked on, so be careful with that. This person is very like committed to you though. They don't want to let you go. But it's a lot of it is their ego. I'm telling you, one person is very spiritual in nature, is very like off with their spiritual community, vibing, and they have this connection with somebody, but this person is being weird and confusing towards you, and they might be sending you negative energy even. The other person, they are more religious, they're more masculine in nature. They feel that the spiritual one is doing spell work on them. They feel like they need to retaliate in some way. It's their own like wounds. They have a lot of ego. It's definitely the masculine in the relationship. Masculine people are extremely egotistical. Yeah, they're afraid to be vulnerable. They hold on to like their past beliefs. They hold on to things that aren't good for them, that they've grown out of, because they want to feel safe. There's a karmic connection that, yeah, they think about you a lot. They want to come towards you. There is a tower that's coming. There is something, they might reach out randomly. I would be careful if they do, because like I said, for some of you, they're going to reach out. They're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm going for it, before they're really ready. So just be careful if somebody comes towards you, Taurus, and they have still kind of like this stank attitude. It's really their own shit. They've got their own shit going on. And at that point, you don't need to take it upon yourself. Just because it's a soul connection does not mean that you are tied to it, does not mean that you are bound to it. And a lot of times, our soul connections teach us to choose ourselves. So what I really get here is continue on your path, continue to focus on you, continue to, I get for some of you, astrology would be very healing for you. So whether that is you are an astrologer, maybe you need to like dive deeper into it. Maybe you need to use it more for yourself. There's an energy of maybe that could even be like this masculine energy. Maybe you need to look into astrology. It is my mom is actually, my mother has Taurus and her big 3. And the first time I showed her her birth chart, when I was getting really into astrology, before I started like doing more astrology like professionally, I tested it out on people that I knew. My mom is like not a super emotional person. She's very like, I mean, she has Taurus energy to her, so she's very grounded. She's not reactive emotionally. She cried when she read her birth chart for the first time. Most people, if you like actually are not doing it out of a like, oh, this is stupid, but out of a like open-minded place, it will trigger healing for you, and it will, I feel like it's very validating. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to wrap up your reading now. Yeah, the stalking. Somebody is kind of like trying to stalk. There's an element of like stalking each other. Somebody might be trying to stalk you at work, or trying to figure out more. So, you know, they might be trying to like look at your LinkedIn to see what you do for work. They're very attracted to you sexually, and that's kind of what is causing this, like, I don't know, somebody has like a hang up, like they were hurt before, or they feel like your appearance for some reason, like you wouldn't be into them normally. They feel like there's something sinister about you, and it's really just because they have a lot of religious conditioning. So that's like their nature. Religion in general will teach you that anything mystic, anything of the occult is demonic, is evil, is, you know, sinister. That's the word that keeps coming to mind. No, it's quite the opposite. There's just a lot of brainwashing involved in religion. So I get this person is very programmed into the 3D. So as they're starting to awaken, they are going to associate the spiritual person with that, and that might be the reason for the connection, that the spiritual person is meant to kind of push whoever this is onto a more spiritual path, to kind of wake them up gently. That's kind of what I get with this. You need to protect your energy. There is somebody that you cut off, and that was a good decision recently, Taurus. You cut somebody off. You decided you didn't want to give them another chance. It was a good decision on your part, but protect your energy. And that might be this energy that's coming through too. You're going to have to, I pick up on a lot of different energies because nobody has the same life. You know, you have to take what resonates. There is an energy here of whoever you cut off recently, that was a good choice. That was good for you. It will help you find romance. So it might be somebody that was kind of blocking your new connection or this connection from going further. That was a lot. Was it Memphis? No. It was that there was a real connection there. So you have, you know, do with that what you will. If you are the person that they are being weird towards you, be gentle with them in your communication, because I get that they are in a darker headspace. That is, you know, when people go into like spiritual psychosis happens when you receive a lot of spiritual truths and you don't have the time and grounding energy to kind of apply it to the real world, because they're separate. They work together, but they're very separate. So that's why, you know, your conscious thoughts and your subconscious thoughts create your reality. If you get into a spiritual psychosis, you will start to create a very dark reality where everybody is against you. Everybody is trying to harm you. It's a dark, scary place. And you have to kind of work through that and learn how to soothe yourself, or, you know, seek professional, I was going to say advice, but you might need to, like, you know, go to therapy, go to some sort of counseling, get your like mental health in check. More than often than not, spiritual psychosis, there's a pattern that you'll notice with it. People start to feel like, you know, the government is watching them. People are trying to hurt them. People are stalking them. And, you know, that might be the case in some circumstances, but in a lot of times it's because you're becoming more aware of the matrix that you're living in. And I always compare it to like Inception. When you start to recognize, you know, in the movie, when they start to recognize that they're in a dream and suddenly the dream world gets a little bit aggressive towards them, that is what happens when you start to wake up. But if you don't understand that that is just, you know, not to dive too far into it, not to get too fixated on that, and just to kind of accept it that people in a lower vibration, when you're in a higher vibration, are going to be aggressive towards you because they are seeking equilibrium in their system. So they are trying to pull you down. Most people are not willing to go up. So you have to be gentle with these people because they are not in a good headspace. So this person is truly in a headspace, Taurus or cross watcher, where they think that you have done witchcraft on them, that you are trying to harm them, control them, that, you know, they might even be like becoming more religious as a way to kind of try to push this genuine soul connection that you have away. So if that is the case, you gotta let them, if somebody wants to run, you gotta let them run. You gotta let them do what they want to do, because, you know, control is never, I mean, it's devil energy. It's not something that you want to do. You gotta let people let go and in their own time. Anyways, I'm done preaching. I feel like I've just been rambling, but you know, that's for somebody. There was a soul connection. If this was in the past, and that was that energy I was picking up at the end, if you have already cut this person off, that was a healthy choice on your part. Protect your energy, because obviously they're trying to get back in your energy. If this is a new connection, or if this is somebody that you haven't had like a falling out with, they need time to make sense of the situation between you two. And the more you push, or the more you try to, don't even like give this person advice. Don't try to help them spiritually. A lot of people that go through an awakening feel the need to like try to awaken other people. Don't do that. Leave this person alone. If they come to you and they want advice and they want a guidance, that's fine. I would even say that might be a role that you're meant to play in their life right now. But if this person is like pushing you away and getting even like a little bit aggressive towards you, you just need to understand that they are going through kind of like a shell shock, and let them get through that. And they might not get through that. You know, that might be what you're meant to do. And then they are meant to just kind of watch you from afar for the rest of your life. That you got to take it how it resonates. I don't necessarily get that this is like a lifetime, you know, love connection, but I do get that it is a spiritual connection. You are soulmates, you know, you are, somebody said twin flames, please. Twin flames are not what humans think twin flames are. And I can do a separate video, but I don't want to feed into that, because I think that a lot of that twin flame community, I think that it's sick. I don't think that it's not healthy. I think that it leads to a lot of abusive relationships. It leads to a lot of like delusional thinking. It's not healthy, and I don't want to get into it. I don't want to do it. I can in a separate video, but I'm not going to feed into that energy. It is a soul connection, but you get what I'm saying. I'm rambling at this point. All right, bye.